to ensure that a thorough and successful educational plan is made especially for the student. Parents or guardian are regarded as essential team members of IEP process. They have a right to actively participate, offer suggestion, ask question, and advocate for the student's need. These include exchanging information about students' strengths, challenges, and desired learning objectives. Finally, active involvement strengthens the bond between the family and the school by improving cooperation and communication. The first stage in creating Individualized Education Program or EIP for a student with suspected disabilities is to assess the student to see if they are qualified for special education services. Then the referral in the EIP program will be followed. This is when teacher, parent, school, counselor, administrator, or the team noticed marked challenges in the student's conduct or learning, they can recommend the student. To ascertain whether a student has a disability and requires special education services, an evaluation is conducted for an Individualized Education Program or EIP. This can involve observing classes, conducting interviews, getting feedback from the parents, and looking over previous statistics. Examining the students may also involve testing them, for example, by a psychologist. The result of evaluation are compiled in a report. After receiving the report, the parents and the EIP team decide if the student qualifies for special education services. If a student has an identified disability that significantly affects their ability to success or access a general education and requires specially designed instruction and related services to make meaningful progress in school, they are eligible for an EIP program. In other words, the student disability must negatively impact their educational performance and require special education for them to participate in the classroom effectively. The Individuals with Disability Act classifies speech or language impairment, hearing impairment, visual impairment, emotional disturbance, autism, intellectual disability, and a specific learning disability. Then, a team of experts does a thorough examination, examining observation, functional tests, and academic performance to ascertain whether a student satisfies eligibility requirements. Numerous components make up an Individualized Education Program or EIP. Measurable objectives and an image of the student's current performance and abilities are used to meet the needs of present level of academic achievement and functional performance. Additionally, special education services related to accommodation and modification. The public school system supply of resources and assistance to help the students reach their goal is prepared to a free and appropriate public education, an opportunity to contact other parents with information of their child, an environment that supports a student growth and provides them with access to the general education curriculum is prepared to us at least restrictive environment. Parents or guardians should maintain continuous communication throughout the school year to actively support a student development and academic performance. Feedback opportunities, regular progress report, and open communication discussing any problem or communication should all be part of this two-way communication. Instructors should use parent-teacher conferences, printed reports, online platforms to provide quarterly updates on student success, emphasizing students' strength, areas for improvement, and specific goals. To discuss potential intervention or support plans, teachers should notify parents as soon as a student is experiencing difficulties. The instructors should be perceptive to hearing any concern parents may have about the welfare or education of their child. Responsibility of educators to act with the highest integrity, equity, and professionalism throughout the EIP process. When it comes to a student customized education plan, they must make sure that all decisions are made with the student's requirements in mind, correctively reflecting their strengths and challenges. They must also adhere the highest professional standards while actively participating in collaborative process with parents and other team members to develop most successful strategy feasible. This ethical obligation has numerous facets, including utilizing suitable assessment instrument, conducting objectives and comprehensive assessment of a student's need, and correctly interpreting data to guide the creation of an EIP. Interacting with parents, experts, and other team members throughout the EIP process, communicating honestly, and making sure that everyone is aware of the justification for the suggestive objectives and interventions. Preserving the confidentiality of a student data and making sure that all IEP-related conversation follow the rules on confidentiality. Making choices based on moral standards, maintaining the integrity of the IEP process, and putting the student's welfare first when confronted with difficult circumstances or conflicts.